How do you go about identifying and hiring the right people?
That's a great question. And I would say it's probably one of the hardest things for anyone to do well and to do consistently. And you have to recognize that sometimes you're not going to get it right. And you also have to be willing to deal with that well as well. But as it relates to building your team, I think as one of the things I've really kind of evolved in my perspective over the years is not everybody is like me and not everybody has to be like me. And in fact, I am better when I am surrounded by people who not only bring different experiences, different perspectives or skill sets functionally, but also as it relates to personality and style. Now, we all have to be on the same page as it relates to the mission, to the strategy, and to the culture. But as you think about those other things, you are much stronger with a mosaic of diversity that is less about how you look and is more about what you bring to the table within an organization. So, one, that's been super important. Secondly, within that, really thinking about in the role that you're hiring for, what elements are most important, right? So I today have a particular leader in our organization, and we couldn't be more different as it relates to how we like to work, how we like to prepare, and I would say even our risk tolerances. Um, but we complement one another exceptionally well. And I would say when we first started working together, it was a very bumpy road. We really struggled because I did not provide her with what she needed to feel comfortable and successful. And I would be frustrated by her because she was always like a speed block as it related to what we wanted to do. And we actually, however, recognized the strengths that we each brought to the equation. And so we worked really hard to seek to understand one another, seek to understand what each other's needs were and expectations were, so that we could shift the way in which we worked together to get the best out of each other so that we could drive the business forward and have become just a really strong team. In fact, I was saying to this person the other day, I said, you know, I want you to continue to challenge me. I want you to continue to tell me the things that I don't necessarily want to hear. That's what I need from you. But what I also need from you is a trust in me that there are going to be times where I can take that advice and we can run down that path that you're suggesting, and other times where you have to trust me that I know it. I've got it covered, but we're gonna go in a different direction. And I think the more you recognize that it's not just be, like you say to your children, right? You don't need to just talk louder to be heard. You need to be wiser about what you're saying so that you can be heard and understood. And I'd say that's been a really important ingredient and learning for me as it relates to building a team, finding the right people, and being the right leader so that those people can thrive and excel.